What's up guys, it's Bean here. Welcome back to another episode of the truck build series. Today we're going to be plasti dipping the bumpers. So as you can see, I got these chrome bumpers right here and I don't like them. I think they would look much cooler if they're black. So basically what I did is I started masking them off. I'm going to be using Plasti Dip to do this. A lot of people talk crap on Plasti Dip, but I've had nothing but good experience with it. So I'm going to be trying it out. Worst case, if I don't like it, I'll peel it off. Just make sure you do enough coats. If you don't do like at least 5 or 6 coats, it's going to be really difficult to peel off. But basically what I did is I masked it all off. That's going to be like the most time consuming part of this if you try this project yourself, is masking. I've been doing masking for about an hour and I'm finally ready to start painting. And then you're going to want to wipe off the bumper with a lot of rubbing alcohol. Get it as clean as you possibly can. As you can see, mine still has some water stains in it, which really isn't that big of a deal. Those are only coming out if I was to like polish the bumper, so I don't got time to do that. I don't have the equipment to do it either. I've tried washing it several times, it doesn't come off. Permanent staining. So I'm going to be using this black Plasti Dip here. And then in here, you can see I grabbed some glossifier. Basically that's going to give it a glossy finish, kind of like how this Camaro looks right here. So it's not going to be quite as good as that because obviously it's not just normal paint, but it's still going to look glossy, and I think it's going to be better than just the matte black look, just so it doesn't look as like just stock plastic-ish from the lower end model Tundras. I do want to do the front bumper as well at some point, but that's a lot more complicated. You need a lot more masking, and it's just overall more difficult. I also want to do this grille surround right here too. Again, I'm probably going to have to take off the grille, maybe take off the bumper, I don't know, but for sure the grille. There's way too much masking to do there. But let's get started with the dipping. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with the first coat here. First coat's going to be the lightest of them all. I'm barely going to even notice the difference, it's just going to look slightly darker. Make sure to always do a test spray first. I think we're ready. The most annoying part about the Plasti Dip is waiting for it to dry. It's got to be like 15 minutes between coats. You get away with a little bit less if you're in the sunlight, but the sun is setting here, so I'm not going to be in the sunlight for very long. As you can see, this is a very light coat though. You can barely even notice it's there. That's a lie. You can definitely notice it's there, but once it's drying, you're just going to notice it. It's just slightly darker than normal. There's some spots where you can go a little heavy on accident. It's not a big deal for the first coat. Totally fine. Just try to bounce it out more for the next few coats after that. Good thing about Plasti Dip is it doesn't bubble very easily or anything like that, so it's pretty easy to work with. As you can see, I've already done all the badges on the car. Got the SR5 badge here, Tundra badge here. That one I did have to redo because I messed up painting it really bad. Well, that was the only one I had to redo. It was just the letter A, it started peeling. 5.7 V8, of course. The Toyota badge, which is really easy because you can just pop this out super easily. The other 5.7 V8 Tundra, I mean, they all look pretty good in my opinion. SR5. Then I did the Tundra badge over here too, but obviously it's masked up, so you're not gonna be able to see that. But yeah, so just make sure you mask it off nicely. It's a lot easier to just mask it off rather than trying to scrub it all off later if you don't do enough coats in a area that you oversprayed in. Because then it's just really difficult to get off, and trust me guys, they say it just peels off, but it doesn't peel off unless you do like 5 or 6 coats of it, so save yourself the hassle, just mask off well. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry. I'll check back on it pretty soon, probably about 10-15 minutes, just see how it's looking. Then I'll spray the second coat. And guys, it is super easy to get excited and being really eager to see the results. And you might want to spray more often, but trust me guys, it pays off at the end if you just wait. Giving it at least 10 to 15 minutes between each coat is the best thing to do. You're gonna get the nicest looking results out of it. It's already starting to dry, as you can kind of see. It looks really rough right now. Don't worry guys, that's not at all how it's gonna look. It's gonna look like all one solid color. The bumper is the biggest project I've done with Plasti Dip so far. I've only ever done badges, but a lot of people have done bumpers. And as long as you have good spraying technique, you'll be totally fine and it'll look totally good. I am really eager to see how this glossifier is gonna turn out though. I've seen other people do it before with their cars and their wheels and stuff, and it isn't as glossy as like a gloss black car, as you can see right here. Just want a good reference. It's not going to be quite that glossy, but it is going to at least have a nice shine to it, and that's exactly what I want. So hopefully this glossifier right here looks really good. So if you guys are new to the channel, the truck is going to be on it a lot. I do mostly post mountain biking stuff, but this is my truck. It's a 2011 Toyota Tundra. Got it for a really good deal, but along with that did come some issues. It does have an oil leak right now that I do need to get fixed. Kind of rare for a Tundra to leak oil, I know. And it does have some slight cosmetic damage, like right there. Then a little bit on the bumper here. Bumper's a little bit beat up right here, the plastic part. And there is a scuff on the rear bumper, but I am painting over that, so it's not gonna be a big deal. But these wheels were pretty curved a few times. There's some blue marks on it, and then there's some actual chippage in the wheel, like right here. But it's really not bad. The wheels I don't care that much about, because probably in like 2 or 3 years I'm gonna lift this truck and put some wheels on it. I might Plasti Dip them in the meantime too, just to get a nicer look out of them if everything's gonna be all blacked out. Might be nice to have some black wheels too. But in a couple minutes here, this is gonna be totally dried, so we'll be ready to do the second coat. Always make sure to do a little spray onto your masking paper first. Gotta make sure this thing's ready to spray, and it's gonna spray evenly at first. All right, let's do this. Already starting to look quite a bit darker. Still spotty, obviously, but the spots aren't gonna go away until about the 4th coat. Usually that's when you start to see kind of what the final product's gonna look like. Obviously that's not gonna be what it's gonna look like for me though, because I'm gonna spray the glossifier too. I don't know, I'll have to see it without glossifier first, see how I like it, but probably gonna want the glossifier. I'm not gonna do any more random blabbing to you guys. I'm just gonna skip to where we're ready to do the 3rd coat. Now obviously this isn't anywhere near the finished product, but I'm already liking the look. Not sure if I should do glossifier or not. I'm kind of torn. I don't know, I think I'll probably end up doing it, but it's starting to look good. I'm probably going to do 3 or 4 more coats, which will make 7 or 8, just to ensure that it's going to be totally sturdy, and if I ever wanted to, I can peel it off in the future. Probably not gonna though, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like how this is gonna look. So, but yeah, I'm loving this dark look. Can't wait to see it, how it's actually gonna be done. Really noticing the black now, that's for sure. Very dark looking. Obviously it's dark outside, but that chrome is starting to totally disappear. Probably 3 more coats is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna really just notice the black. It's gonna be pretty much done. Then 2 coats of glossifier. I'll get a flashlight on this for you guys so you can see it. Alright guys, so the 6th coat is drying up right now. As you can see, it's starting to look pretty good. No real blemishes that I can see so far. The paint's pretty perfect, I think. Looking pretty good, or not paint, obviously Plasti Dip, but it's looking pretty good. I'm obviously gonna do 2 more coats still. 6th coat is what this is. So I'm gonna do 7 and 8 just to make sure no chrome is showing. Try to get all these borders. Let's see how underneath it's looking. Tried to hit that pretty good too. So not as good as up there, but still looking pretty good down here as well. I'll keep adding on. A little bit of overspray, nothing too crazy though. Probably just wash off pretty easily. A little bit of overspray here as well. I'll just try to scrub that stuff off. But yeah, can't really mask it off perfectly. Obviously the ideal thing is to take off the whole bumper, but I really just didn't want to go through that struggle. There's lots of stuff you have to do to take off the Tundra's rear bumper. Really just didn't want to deal with that. But it's looking pretty good, guys. I'm pretty satisfied. So I'll do a number 7 and number 8 coat. Then I'm gonna be pretty much done. Probably gonna do the glossifier. And then I'll come out the next morning. I'll show it to you guys. I'll take all the masking paper off and I'll show it to you. I don't want to reveal it in the dark because then you're not gonna really get a good idea of what it's looking like. But yeah, so. Alright guys, now it's time to try out this glossifier. Really gonna put it to the test here. Not totally sure how it's gonna look. Hopefully it looks fairly glossy. Probably not gonna be that glossy, so, but hopefully at least a little bit glossy. I'm actually like genuinely excited to see how this glossifier looks. I've seen results in other people's videos. Never really gotten a good idea though what it's gonna look like. Obviously it's gonna look a little bit different in person. You're not gonna get a super good idea what it's gonna look like on video, but still really curious to see. Hopefully you guys can tell on video. Alright, I'm all done. Gonna let this dry overnight. I'll reveal it to you guys in the morning. Give you guys a nice cold start. Gonna move it back into its normal parking spot. Alright, that wraps that up. See you guys in the morning. Alright guys, it's the next morning. Let's check out, see how it looks. Very nice, I like it. Looks like it might have gotten a little dusty overnight. Looks pretty good though. It's not super glossy. I wasn't really expecting it to be super glossy, but how about under here? Under here, there's still a little visible chrome, maybe. Maybe that's just dust, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I think it looks pretty good though. So, I'm gonna peel off all the masking tape. Then, let's do this. Well guys, here it is. Obviously it's not perfect, like around the edges is where you really notice it's not perfect. There's a small bit of chrome there. And down here you can kind of notice it too. Just all around the little borders of this plastic part. It's definitely not totally perfect, but I think it turned out pretty good for the most part. Only here's the kind of bad part I noticed. And that's because when I was peeling it, I didn't really do the best job masking and some of the dip got stuck to the tape. Basically that means I masked too far down here. And I probably hit the chrome bumper a little bit while I was masking. So maybe for this little spot here, I might just take some black touch-up paint to it. Maybe I'll try to spray just a little bit of dip there. I don't know. Don't really want to mess up the look of the rest of it though. But, I mean, if you're not looking too closely, it looks pretty good, I think. I'm really happy. The black bumper definitely looks better than the chrome, I think. So, the glossifier, I don't know how much that really does. I don't think it really did anything too crazy with it. But I like the look of this, guys. It looks pretty good, I think. Matches the Tundra badge pretty well. Now, I'm not really too worried about the edges and stuff, mainly because I know at some point I'm just going to buy new color match bumpers anyway. Because I do know this one is like slightly damaged and stuff. Sometime down the road I'll color match them, but I'm going to stick with the matte black look for now, and then I'll probably take off the front bumper and the front grille and paint that as well. Or dip it, I mean. Put the black dip on, try the glossifier. Obviously the glossifier doesn't do that much, but I think what the glossifier really does is just provide like a sparkly look in the sun. But there you go. This is a pretty easy project to do if you want to do it. I think the just most tiring part of it is just doing the masking. You could always just take off the bumper too. If you're just really going for perfection, that's what I'd recommend. I just wanted something to hold me over in the meantime until I get the color match bumpers. So I think this looks really good. yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. The only thing is the edges, like, let's see if we can zoom in on one of them. You can kind of see it there, little chrome spot. But I feel like if I just took some black touch-up paint to that, it wouldn't look that bad. You get lower, there's some chrome spots like down there too by my license plate, a little bit below that, and the tow hitch. And then also a little tiny chrome spot right there. Nothing too bad though. I'm actually pretty happy with how it's turned out. I do think I'll probably try taking some black touch-up paint to the chrome spot over there though, just because I think that'll look a little bit better if I do that. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Hope you did enjoy. Let me know if you try the Plasti Dip yourself and let me know how it goes. Make sure you do enough coats though, because otherwise it's not going to peel off that easily. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.